When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, and there goes Facebook. How is everybody? Hey, Wayne, good to see you. Jimmy, Marlene, Noelle, hello, hello. Hey, Bob, Molly, good to see you. I guess notifications are going off, hopefully. Hey, Alan, good to see you. Mike, World King, wow, new people. Hey, Paul, hey, Tammy. Shake, rattle, and roll. Woohoo. Hey, Carmen, good to see you. Yes, woke up this morning about 10 minutes to 5, my time. And hey, Letitia. And we had an earthquake. It was pretty powerful in regards to the punch it gave. Hey, Mark. It wasn't a powerful earthquake as they typically are in California. It was about a 4.5, 4.6. Hey, Wanda, good morning. But it packed quite a punch. I think it was pretty close close to me, and it was near Palm Springs. Oh yeah, Bob, everything's fine, thank you. But it was pretty powerful. I mean, my husband wasn't yet awake, and I was standing near the sink, and I felt it coming because I just feel that rolling feeling. I know what to expect, and I felt it coming. And I told my husband, I think we're having an earthquake. And right when I said that, there was just like a punch, a jolt. And who are you? And all of a sudden, the house just jolted. And then it just kind of swayed a little bit. And then it was kind of over. So it was pretty amazing in Southern California. So, and then I noticed other people on Periscope, Los Angeles, they were doing a Periscope. And yeah, we had an earthquake of 4.5. Well, it appears there is no notification today. When did it happen? It happened about 10 minutes to 5 o'clock in the morning. It happened centered near Palm Springs, California. Did your animals sense it before it happened? Bob, I'd have to wake them up to ask them. Glad you're okay. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, everybody's fine. We had an aftershock after that. Probably, I think it was like a 3 point something. About like a few minutes afterwards. So, yeah, but it was a little, a little scary. Did you hear about what Nostradamus said? No, I didn't. Yeah, it's gonna fall off into the ocean. I know. Hey, Danielle, good to see you. So, as we're telling you one day, we will wave goodbye as you go. Well, whatever. Uh, the rest of the planet, the rest of the earth is, as it says in the Bible, will be destroyed by fire. So pick your poison, I guess. So look at Hawaii. They're on fire in certain places. So to the ocean, yeah. They've been saying that California is going to go into the ocean now since the beginning of time, basically. Yep, it could have tornadoes, Jimmy. So, I mean, tornadoes, hurricanes, ocean sounds good, like us. I know, Jimmy. I grew up in North Carolina, in the mountains of North Carolina, so we never had tornadoes or anything like that. That's impossible, I know. Noel. Hawaii is bad off. It's all the same. Yep, global warming will speed up our demise. Yeah, there's no global warming, Bob, but don't be fooled by climate change theory and quote unquote theory. Tornadoes are rather interesting. Yeah, I would imagine. Thank goodness I haven't been in one. Hopefully, I won't be in one. I'm sure you're tired me saying this, pray for your territories. Thank you, Alexis. 3 weeks till hurricane season. Woohoo! So we will die. We're going to die sometime, Sophia. Uh, is it Sophia or Sophia? Not if you're in one, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Earthquakes. I've been in worse earthquakes. I've been in about a 6 point something. It was on Easter Sunday, probably, I don't know, 7 years ago or so. It was a very loud one. Noelle said, yeah. Yeah, that one, that was on Easter Sunday. That one made everything move. Hey, Lori, good morning. The light fixtures were going back and forth like that. It was pretty bad. But you know, earthquakes are never fun. I don't think. All right, so a couple things before we get started. My ears are not like yours. Available at Amazon.com for kids, giving them a positive message and a great start on life. Hope you will check out and buy the book today. It's a very inexpensive book. My ears are not like yours. Available for kids of all ages at Amazon.com. Now, also let me read quickly here Psalm 82 before we get started. God stands in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Free them from the hand of the wicked. They do not know, nor do they understand. They walk about in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are unstable. There you go. I said, you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for you shall inherit all nations. I love that. All the foundations of the earth are unstable. Both the foundations, the physical foundations, and the foundations that we're seeing in all of our political realm of it. The connection is really bad. I maybe just go out and come back in. I don't think anybody else is having a problem. Well, God said it would happen. That's all I care about. Anybody else having a bad connection, a bad problem? I bought your book for my granddaughters. Oh, thank you, Bob. Bob, if they love it, if you could leave me a good review on Amazon.com, I would love it. Somebody's saying they can't hear me, but I think that is just their connection. I'll have to go out and come back in. So I notice every time I read the Bible, we lose people like that as I'm reading the Bible. It's so amazing. I now know how, if I want to get rid of a room of people, I'll just start reading the Bible and they'll just run. They'll scatter. They'll scatter. Facebook will not let me share. Well, that's great, Wanda. Stupid people. It's working here in Florida. Then I guess it's my connection. Just go out and come back in, Sophia. I don't know. If somebody can tell Sophia just to go out and come back in. Maybe that you can help her. Today is the day that we... Sophia is asking everybody who they are. Like holy water melting them. I know, Noelle. It's funny. I mean, it's just like, woo, no, you can't talk about God. I'm out of here. Woo. It's hilarious if it weren't so sad. Anyway, today is the day that President Trump at 2 o'clock Eastern makes his decision on Iran. Supposedly he was going to be speaking this morning at 10 with Macron. Hey, Rhonda. Apparently, maybe he was going to tell Macron, that... who you, Marlene? That Macron to just, we're going to go ahead and, sanction Iran. I don't know. Wow, the numbers keep going down as we dwindle down. It's like, I don't know where everybody is today. I guess nobody got notifications, so it's one of those days. Oh, President Trump, drops it. Trump guns, the American flag, and Jesus. Yeah, well, Jesus first, But it'll be pretty interesting to see what he has to say. He would have Kerry pick up when he comes back to the USA. Oh, he should have Kerry picked up. Yeah, he should. He's told Kerry in his tweet this morning. It says, John Kerry can't get over the fact that he had his chance and blew it. Stay away from negotiations, John. You are hurting your country. Very, very true. Now, I was listening from other room for notification, none, so came on in. Hey, did you hear about Miss Banji? No, I don't know who that is. Share. Yeah, please, everybody, if you would share. Before I forget, this morning also at 1 o'clock Eastern is God's views on political news. That will be over on Facebook, God's views on political news at 1 o'clock. If you're interested in coming over to hear that, it'll be live. You can comment and ask questions during the show. So that's coming up. That'll be a great show. We're probably going to be talking a lot about Iran. Will Rudy be fired? No, I don't think so. There's rumors that, that President Trump is going to ask Rudy to stop doing television interviews. That's a rumor. I don't know that I believe that. I think that was Reuters who said that. I don't know if it's true. Supposedly it came from other officials. Or the AP, I think, was one of them that said that. And I don't know. Again, if you're on the left, then you think Rudy's doing a bad job. If you're on the right, sometimes, you're thinking that, hey, Carol, that President Trump is doing, that President Trump's selection of Giuliani isn't good. But I think he's doing fine. He hasn't said anything really that is contrary. It's just that the mainstream media is saying, it's contrary, and that's what they want you to go with. So if you believe that, I know, let Rudy keep him talking. I think he's doing a great job. He's telling Mueller, we're not going to talk to you with a subpoena or not. Trump does not need to talk to Mueller, period. Exactly. Can you believe that Twitter moderated tweet about person listening for notification? Wow. Trump will can him if he's not doing well. Carol, he's doing fine. I mean, he really is. How about, oh gosh, which psalm were you reading? Psalm 82, Danielle. Yeah, told Comey off. Somebody needs to. Somebody needs to get on a ladder, a step stool, get up to where Comey is at 6'8" and tell him off. Has anybody ever seen anybody resign as quickly as Eric Schneiderman did yesterday? Did anybody watch what was going on yesterday? Loved it. It told him he was a piece of. Yes. Ah. He was suing Trump. Yeah, well, he was suing that he wanted the EPA. That was lightning fast. I know. Thank God women are speaking out. Well, Carol, and it's funny, because there is a movement, in my opinion, to get men out and women in. I don't think that Eric is married, but I'm not sure. But the allegations that were coming forward from the women, hey Beck, were just amazing. He slapped them, he would choke them, abusive to him, and he was replaced almost immediately by a Barbara Underwood, who is the New York acting AG now. So he was replaced very quickly by a woman. I think that, again, says a lot about what's going on in the Me Too movement. But it was also, I heard this morning that, I heard last night actually when I wrote my article, that one of the women was an attorney. Yeah, I know, Carol, she got a little bit too annoying and was a troll. Would like to see what would happen if they got off of Trump. Oh my gosh, we would get so much done. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Yeah, she's gone. She had to go back and ask everybody else, who are you? So, yet he was in bed with them, so who knows? Hard to care. They were sleeping around. Yes, we would, Jimmy said. Well, Barbara, again, did they know about each other? And even if they were sleeping around, they don't deserve being, physically abused. Thanks for the flowers, Robert. Good morning. Yeah, so, I don't know. Hey, Robert, did you feel the earthquake this morning? And then somebody said that one of the women, apparently she was African American, and he called her his slave or something like that. I don't know. Some sick, disgusting stuff that he was doing. Robert, you're lucky. People up in LA, about 10 minutes to 5. People in LA were periscoping. They were feeling it. I can't imagine that I would stay after the first punch. Exactly. Oh, she's from Sri Lanka. Oh, okay. She was from India. Is that who it is? Okay. I mean, the guy, obviously, if it's all true, he's got issues. He's a sick puppy. Yeah, if it's true. I was sleeping through it, I guess. Robert, if you go to hashtag earthquake, they're talking about it on Twitter. You'll see. It's about a 4.5, and it was in Palm Springs, around that area. The Trump administration, the EPA, is going to repeal an Obama-era requirement mandating new coal-fired power plants be outfitted with unproven emissions technology. So you can see that the Schneiderman, he was after Scott Pruitt big time, and now he's bye-bye. And he went bye-bye right after the governor said, I think you should withdraw. Just saw something about Rosie O'Donnell broke election donation laws. Oh, yeah, she broke a lot of them, Rhonda. And I don't think anything's going to happen to her. She broke, let's see, there were about so many, I forget how many. Hey, Daniel. She had like 5 different names and addresses. She's gone over the limit a number of times. She says, well, I just keep donating, and it's up to them to tell me whether or not I've donated too much. Repeal, repeat, repeal, repeal, repeal. Those regulations killed the coal industry and almost me. Yep, that's true. Carmen says, lock her butt up. They're not going to lock her butt up, Carmen. They're not going to do a darn thing to her. She's Rosie O'Donnell. She's not Dinesh D'Souza. Come on. Dinesh D'Souza, what did he go over by, a couple of thousand on one thing or whatever? And they got him, put him in jail. Rosie, oh, it's no big deal. It's just Rosie O'Donnell. And I'm sure she's doing everything right, Yet she said she didn't know, but used fake addresses and fake names. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Noel, that's what's so. If that had been anybody else, anybody on the right, you'd be locked up. Electric cars are really coal cars. Because I mean that alone, using fake names and addresses, shows some type of intent to defraud. In my opinion, she needs to be made an example of. She won't be back. They made an example out of Dinesh D'Souza. Wish I had so much money I could give it all away and not keep track. Exactly. She should get at least what Dinesh D'Souza got. Yes, she should. Isn't she supposed to be in Canada? Pfft, I don't know. Not far enough away wherever she is. They just think they are above the law. But you know what, Jimmy? They are above the law. Well, hi, I have been in jail again. Uh-oh, Barbara. They would have me in the deepest, darkest hole, Carmen said. Exactly. And they are above the law because they get away with it every single time. People on the left have a different set of laws than everybody else. Sick of double standards. I know, Danielle. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Barbara's having so many timeouts today. She's just being so bad that she's being put in timeout all morning long. Yeah, I think that Schneiderman guy, I mean, that seriously was the quickest I've ever seen anybody resign. Left always blames everyone else. And Schneiderman is denying everything that was done. He's saying he never did that. So, I mean, literally, it was within a couple of hours that he was absolutely out the door. And I don't know, maybe the governor called him up and said, look, you got to get out, and you got to get out now. And he left. So, took care of that one. Sorry to change the topic. Anyone ever have problems after taking ibuprofen? Some people can't take ibuprofen. What kind of problems? I mean, if they're serious ones, you should, contact a doctor or go to a hospital. Depends on what's happening to you, I guess. Chills, fatigue, coughing. That doesn't sound good. You have to take it with food, Carmen said. High blood pressure tears the stomach up. Oh, my God. Didn't have them till I started taking this. I would contact my doctor, Carol, and ask, what you should do. Or if it's, an emergency enough, call 911 or go to an emergency room. Don't have any problems with ibuprofen, Danielle said. Yeah, you can't take stuff like decongestants or whatever, I know that, on an empty stomach. You're really not supposed to take vitamins on an empty stomach. I've been taking Percocet for a while because of my back. Had to quit because of the addictions and all that. Okay. Ibuprofen can cause stomach bleeding. Oh my God. Get sick, get off of it. Take Advil, Carmen said. It will kill your kidney after years of use. My gosh. All that sounds really horrible. Oh my God. Advil is ibuprofen. Yeah. I know all about ibuprofen. Carmen, Rhonda's saying Advil is ibuprofen. Don't want to hear all that. I know. It's like new legislation, no more controlled unless you're dying. Wow. Buy stock in dialysis. Marlene said, yep, it is really pretty bad, yet they leave it on the market. Wow. I didn't know any of this. I don't take it, so thank God. Unbelievable. Is there anything else they can kill us with? I mean, seriously. Did everybody see the First Lady yesterday? Tylenol will kill your liver. Great. I take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen and I can take it, but a few times a week. Wow. Yes, Tylenol is bad too. Good Lord. And they used to claim that aspirin was bad too. Yeah, she is beautiful, isn't she? Did you see that though afterwards? I mean, she's out there talking about bullying and stopping bullying and how important it is and how children are impacted by bullying and how their lives are devastated. So what happens? She gets off, finishes her speech, and she basically gets bullied. I mean, these people with on the left with their little blue check marks because they're so verified, they went after her for her English again. Saying, oh, look at her now. She's got an orange face. I mean, it was really absolutely pathetic. Yeah, left bullies all the time. I mean, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And that the press conference, Cully, I know you feel this way too. I can barely watch the press conference anymore because it is so childish, ridiculous. Barron's getting bullied too, so sad and wrong. I know, the whole family's getting bullied. The adults can take it, you know, and I'm sure that she's had enough of it, but she can take it. The left didn't get the message. They complained about everything. The left went after her for President Trump. They say he's a big bully. Yeah. Somebody's saying aspirin's not bad if you take coated and drink lots of water. Kids are the worst. Sarah Sanders is great. I know, and also in the press conference, oh, is it true that the First Lady is not living at the White House? People are saying she's living with her relatives and she's not at the White House. Wow. Really? And would that be news if that were true? Maybe, I guess, because she's the First Lady. But they know it's not true, and they say it anyway because they want people who don't watch the news to go, oh, my God. Well, there went Facebook. I know, it was so childish. All should be taken with a bit of food. Oh, talking about ibuprofen again. Who cares? It's their marriage. I know, Beck. Unbelievable. That's WAPO. I know, the Washington Post. That's the best you can do. That's your professionalism. If I was Sarah Sanders, it would be very hard not to flip those idiots off every day, Carol said. Oh, good, Carmen. The hand holding. Well, she is there all the time, it seems. Yeah. And even if she isn't, who cares? Did anybody ever care where Michelle Obama was, except when she was on a vacation with 5,000 other people and her mother with taxpayer money, when all of those people didn't need to go, especially the rest of her family? Sarah is a classy lady not to say anything. Yeah. It's difficult, though. I mean, you know, she does say, I expected better of WAPO. I didn't expect any better. I mean, it's getting to be a rag like CNN and MSNBC and all the others. It's terrible. And they don't care anymore that it's fake. They really don't care. Sarah needs a water soaker gun for stupid questions, Cully said. I don't know how she keeps her cool. I get furious listening to the media. Yep. Fake news made it look like Melania wouldn't hold Trump's hand, but they cut clip short. She grips it. Yeah, I saw that. Hey, Susan, what's the good word? God is in control. It's a good word. I've been with my husband 28 years. We don't hold hands or make out in public, Beck said. She grips it tight if you see the end of the. I've seen her take his hand. I don't have a problem whether they hold hands or not. I'm telling you. So it's ridiculous. I don't care if they sleep in the same bed. I don't care if they have sex. I don't care if they hold hands. To be honest with you, I don't care. I wonder if they can get Michelle said she would have aided her treasonous husband. If they find out that she broke laws, they can. They were making a big deal about it. Of course they were, Carmen. Everything that President Trump does. President Trump was getting blamed for what Snyderman did. Sometimes no response is the best response. Wayne said, yeah, I want her hubby to do his job. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what she's doing, is important for her to do, and she's doing some good things from what I understand, and she's been traveling. Are you kidding me? They kissed a couple of times, and they held hands tight all the way off stage. Exactly, Barbara. I mean, you can see that. They showed that on Fox. I don't know what they showed on the other stations. Somebody tried to blame him for, can't see what that is, but for the lava. But they did. They tried to blame him for Schneiderman. They tried to say, okay, Jimmy, thanks for coming in. Oh, volcano. Yeah, they tried to blame him for that. They tried to blame him for bullying. They have nothing to get him on, so they pick on stupid things. Yep. Hannity ripped Sessions good. Volcano. Yep. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was lava. Volcano, it was so small. Did anybody see Sessions in his speech yesterday he gave in San Diego? It was actually cute, him touching at her hand, and she finally takes it. So sweet. Carmen said they made fun of her white hat, said it to replace Trump. It's ridiculous. Let's talk about draft dodging. Why don't we talk about Birdman? Why don't we talk about the left and the draft dodgers on the left? I have my suspicions about Michelle and the Obamacare money shell out for website given to friends, Noel said. There went Facebook again. Sessions can turn over everything because Congress leaks. Can't turn over everything because Congress leaks. Well, I don't know, Carol. The FBI and the DOJ leak also. So, I mean, you can't use that as an excuse not to turn things over. He swears that, oh, well, we've turned everything over, that we can. It's not appropriate to give you what you want, but we'll be glad to work with you. So I don't know. At this point, it seemed like last night that the Congress was supporting Sessions and not supporting Nunes and going after Sessions. If he gives it to Nunes, that means Schiff sees it. Yeah, probably. But, we have in Congress what we have. And we can't allow the DOJ, the overseer of the DOJ is Congress. So the DOJ can't sit there and tell Congress, I'm not giving you what you want. I mean, that's what they're doing, apparently, according to Nunes, but they can't do that. They're not above, the law, and they're trying to be above the law. And we're seeing what happens when they act above the law like they've been doing. It's not good. And the country can't be protected that way. We need to know what's going on in the DOJ. And Congress has the right to that information. I trust Sessions. He's got 30,000 sealed indictments to cover. I don't know if that's true, Carol. That's obviously rumors, but I don't know if it's true. Part of the plan, not ready to release because of other ongoing investigations. And again, Congress has a right to that information. And if Congress can't be trusted, then obviously we have the wrong people in Congress, as we had the wrong people in the FBI, who was the FBI director, and in my opinion, the wrong person in the DOJ, which is Rod Rosenstein. I mean, that guy is acting, he's acting like he controls everything. It sounds like Comey, when he came out and said about Clinton, oh, we're not gonna go after her because no reasonable prosecutor would prosecute her. Well, newsflash, Comey, you were the FBI, you weren't a prosecutor, you didn't work for the DOJ, but you felt like you were above all of it and could tell everybody what they should do. And that's what we have with Rod Rosenstein. He's doing everything. He's telling Sessions what he should do. He's telling everybody else what he should do. He's reapplying for the, not reapplying, but just um, extending the FISA applications. If Sessions wasn't doing his job, Trump would call him too. Well, maybe, but you can't get rid of Sessions and keep Rosenstein in place. That's for sure. So there we go with Facebook going over. Now I have to share that because Facebook said, we don't want you to be live anymore. Let me see if I can start it again. I doubt it very seriously. But, that's something that needs to be looked at. That's why I would can Rosenstein. I would can Sessions. I would can them both at the same time. I supported Sessions, and I still do support him to a certain extent. But the guy is not doing everything, in my opinion, that he should be doing, unless he's doing it, and we don't know about it. Went to Facebook, but it only buffered. I know, it closed me down over there, Rhonda. It's getting to the point where I'm not even going to, I think I'm just going to stop going to Facebook because they close me down every time. Well, I know that some people say trust Sessions. I get that, Carol. And I was a big supporter in the beginning. I just don't know about now. Check the website. Which website are we talking about, Carol? What is the website? If everybody could, if you could retweet this, we're at the halfway point. That would be great. Looks like we've, I don't know if people are not able to hear. It seems like a lot of people going out, having to come back in or whatever. I don't know if the sound is going off for you. No, don't give in to Facebook. Well, I mean, if nobody sees it. Pacer, I don't know what Pacer is. I'm believing Sessions is part of the swamp. I don't know if he is, Conwell. I don't think so, but I just don't think that he's up for doing the job. Yes, been up and down, Barbara said. Great. Yesterday, though, he was in San Diego, and he was with Tom Homan, who I love Tom Homan, and I'm so sorry that Tom Homan is retiring. He is great. There was a heckler. Okay. There was a heckler while they were talking and, yelling at them. Why are you here? What, stuff like that. It sounded like on a megaphone. Hopefully, hopefully the Secret Service gave them the type of attention that they wanted, they were looking for. And Homan said, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to respond back to the heckler. And he started talking about the importance of what they do and how it's important to keep the illegals out and how, to protect the people of the United States. All true. Absolutely all true. But I did like Sessions when he said that basically that from now on, we're not going to let illegals come into the country. If you want to come into this country, you have to do so legally. If you want to claim asylum, you've got to go through the port of entry. If you don't go through the point of entry, then you're going to be looked at as though perhaps that you were here illegally, and you may not get asylum. Is this frozen again? Did it freeze? I know that, no, okay, good. So I think that was really good what Sessions did. That's a great thing that he's doing. They're getting more people down there, more judges to go through and prosecute people. That's exactly what they need to do. They need to send out a message. We're not going to do this. It wouldn't let you share. Great, Marlene. I don't know. I don't know why Periscope targets certain people other than, being conservative. I don't know. And I think when you see, is the caravan still down there? Yeah, they are, Danielle. After I came back in, okay. Yeah, I think I dumped a lot of people out a minute ago, Marlene, so. 712 Richard joined. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Sessions keeps his word about what he's going to do. I think more Border Patrol are being sent down to the border, and they need to do it. They need to get the judges down there. They need to prosecute people. They need to get people out. They need to find out about whether or not they qualify for asylum. They were saying that a lot of those people come in, and they say that they are that they have children with them, you were able to retweet good. That they have that these are their kids, and they said this one kid, they saw him come back in like 4 times where people were saying this is my child, and it was obvious that the child was being trafficked. And so that he was saying, we're going to separate you from your children. And the of course the media was like, oh my God, why do you need to separate families? Why are you doing this? La 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 la. And he's saying, look, when anybody ever, when they break a law in the United States, they get separated from their children. Whether it's a misdemeanor, felony, whatever. If you're in the United States and you commit a crime and you go to jail, you're going to be separated from your children. So if you don't want to have that risk, then don't bring your children, and don't come either, but don't bring your children, and you won't be separated from them. And it makes sense, and it's not anything that the left wants to hear. They want to come in back and forth in this country. Ellison, the second in command at the DNC, he wore a T-shirt. They saw him and it said, I believe in open borders, or whatever the T-shirt said. That's exactly what they want. They want open borders. They want all of these people, I don't care who they are, from what country, whatever, to come into the United States to destroy the United States. That's exactly their agenda. And then you've got these people who are sitting there, the David Hoggs of the world. Now that he's an adult, I will talk about him, who sit there and say, oh, we're not trying to take your guns away from you. This has absolutely nothing to do with gun control. When everybody with any sense at all knows that it has everything to do with gun control. Hey, Bob, they want to control your guns. They're after your guns, and they're going to try to fool you into believing, no, this is all about safety. Do they think if they have children, they will get it easier? Yes, Barbara, they do, because I think some of them could be terrorists or MS-13, and they think it's a good cover. Liberals are okay separating kids from their mothers. It's called abortion. True, Cully, and it's also called communism. They don't believe that parents should raise their own children. That, as Hillary said, it takes a village. That's kind of the communist way of looking at things. Hey, Julia, good to see you. So, that's nothing new. Nothing new that they've talked about that for a very long time. And yeah, abortion, it's just a blob of skin, a blob of cells. Cully, it means nothing to them. That's a good point about abortion. Yep. Did you talk about the Attorney General resignation? Yes, Bob. At the very beginning, we did. That was the quickest resignation I've ever seen, and a welcomed one. And President Trump knew about it back in 2013. And although what I mean know about it is he talked about how bad Schneiderman was back in 2013. Said that, I think he said he was worse than Weiner and was it Spritzer, whoever that was. So that was back in 2013. That's pretty cool. Sort of true. It takes a lot of people to raise a child good support system. Yeah, it does, Beck. But typically those are the relatives in your family that are helping you raise your own children, not strangers and others in the commune. Hey, Rhonda. So, that's where the difference is. Communists want everybody to raise your kids. They want the state to raise your children, as a matter of fact, more than anything else. And tell you what to do because you aren't able to take care of your own children. You're not capable of it, in their opinion. So there you go. Let's see. There's a new report out that you won't hear because the mainstream media doesn't want you to know that the job openings hit an all-time high of 6.6 million. So if you need a job, I guess you can go out and get one. Yes, Hillary said it takes a village. Yeah. Hillary's idea of that village, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near. Yeah, Sessions basically said, in his own words, that we're not going to allow our borders to be stampeded by illegal immigrants. That was great. Indoctrinate them. That's right, Marlene. Retired Colonel Oliver North. He's the new president of the NRA. My job is closing. Well, there you go, Beck. Hopefully you can get another job right away. Would be nice. Liberals are the village idiots. Cully said. It would seem that way. What we're seeing. Oh, they went bankrupt back. Wow. Is everybody excited about Oliver North being the NRA president? Yes, that's good. Yep. They say he's going to make more of a presence, get out there and do more speeches. Gosh, I didn't realize. Like, I think he's in his 70s. Yes, but it is strange to me. In what way, Barbara? Because of the Iran Contra deal. Longaberger baskets went out too, out of business. Wow. I think, a lot of these businesses are being put out of business by people like Amazon.com, a lot of online businesses. I mean, that's where people want to do their shopping and everything else. They don't go to these brick and mortar stores. So with the NR with Oliver North, what do you find strange? Yes, Colonel North will be a good spokesperson. Bob said, Saul, the man persecuted, then a hero, and he is a survivor. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's a good representation, former military, that type of thing. He's an NRA member, 2A member. It's real retail store, but my shoppers say I don't go online. Huh. I do a lot of my shopping online. I hate to go to the stores. A lot of the stores, when you go there, they don't have what you want. You took a fall for the cause, a lot like Flynn, Barbara said. Yeah, I mean, that a long time ago, I know, but still never get over it. Jaffifer? Large chain store? Okay. Rhonda, do you keep getting booted out? Me too, Susan, especially when disabled. Yeah. I do all my shopping except for groceries online, Bob said. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much do too. No grandson. Oh, I see. Not a problem, Rhonda. Let's Justice Kennedy. The rumors are going around again that he may retire by the Supreme Court next month. I think he's nearing 82, and there are whispers about wanting to put other people in, that they already have people in mind to put them in there. So we shall see. We get everything delivered, including food, Cully said. Wow. Do you pick out your own food, or you just say, this is what I want, and they go get it, and you get the brand that they give you? How does that work? Seems to me that would be, so you need to put down brand of the food, or you could end up getting something you don't really like. They okay. In other news, they said that President Trump will not be going to Israel for opening of the new embassy. Thanks, Arabic. Probably so. But that Ivanka and Jared Kushner will be going to represent the president. Walmart will pull your groceries now here, pick them up. Yeah, I think I heard that, Marlene, that Walmart was starting to do that. On the computer, you pick what you want, brand also. Okay, cool. Is it a lot more expensive, Cully? I mean, do you pay a pretty good price for having that done? Cully never leaves his garage. That's true. Cully leaves his garage long enough to go out to the pool. So, and then it's right back into the garage. I think they're probably really close together. Ah. It is true, though. Cully, you are in the garage a lot and out at the pool. Close the same, just the tip. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. His man cave. I know Cully's man cave is the garage. Please explain crazy video last weekend, Rhonda said. Oh my gosh. My business is in the garage. There you go, Cully. Is your fireplace in there too? Just asking for a friend. Cully, is that from Publix or Wally World? um, Chelsea Manning. Chelsea is running in Maryland to unseat the second term Democratic Senator Ben Cardin. Here's what Manning favors. Manning favors closing prisons and freeing inmates and making hospitals free. A policy that would essentially enslave doctors to the government and enslave those who need health care to a single payer style system. Sounds like a good Bernie or Obama system. Manning wants to abolish the Immigration and Customs Agency and eliminate the United States southern and northern borders to allow for the free flow of immigrants in and out of the country. Wow, how nice. Hey, Rhonda. And just in case the health care for all those newcomers wasn't costly enough, Manning supports a universal basic income rather than a minimum wage. Manning is nuts, Daniel said. Winn-Dixie. I remember Winn-Dixie. It depends on how you look at it, Beck, and who had to live through it. I hope he doesn't get elected. Danielle said, "Hey Molly, I want to know who pays." Well, I don't know. I guess the that thing lost its mind. Alan said, "I guess there's a fairy godmother, Barbara, that pays." Well, Manning must then be compensated at average wage of idiots. Rhonda said, "Yeah, could be." And what is that wage? I guess we'll let probably Bernie will decide what they should be paid. Because he's the leader, right? And you know what? Manning will probably get a lot of votes. People going, "Oh, wow, that sounds like a great idea. Let's vote for that person." Nothing would surprise me. And didn't we hear like the Obamacare right now that Bradley Manning is a communist? That's true, Bob. That's true. Because all those what I just said, those are all communist terminologies, ideologies, everything. Voting for average never leads to great. There you go. I don't know if that's average, Rhonda. I would say that kind of is below average, but you know. Because that ideology, that's a little bit below average in my mind. My fairy godmother only pays for my stuff, Wayne said. Well, hey, at least you have a fairy godmother. I mean, there are people who are looking for one. Probably, maybe if yours isn't busy, you can send them over to somebody else's house. But yeah, I mean, to even say that and for people to take that seriously. But anyway, in Maryland, I think that the Obamacare, they're looking to have to increase the insurance companies are having to increase the premiums because they can't afford to pay out Obamacare. We need to get rid of Obamacare altogether. Just don't tell anyone. The ideology is below average thinking, but people who function below average see it as a step up. Yeah, that's true. I agree, Rhonda. It sounds about right. So, also in an article published by the National Association of Scholars, evidence is presented that almost 40% of colleges across the United States are lacking something vitally important, and that is a Republican professor. So, I guess if you go to the colleges and you don't see a Republican professor, you'll know you should have one, but you don't. No surprise there, Marlene said. We put up a fairy door so far, no help, only tricks. Beck said, yep. I know. It's funny. Does anybody leave money under your pillow for the fairy godmother? I mean, maybe Wayne does. Maybe that's why Wayne has one and nobody else does. I was going to say an education. That's true too, Noel. That's the big truth. I don't know whatever happened to that professor in Fresno that said that about Barbara Bush. I haven't heard any more about that after people got all upset about it. Only the tooth fairy. Okay. All right, Wayne. Well, that explains. Maybe that's why you got the fairy godmother coming because the tooth fairy told the fairy godmother that you're a good guy. Fairy godmother is not PC. That's true. That's true. Oh, that heifer, Beck said. Fairy godmother. Oh, and you're even saying, like, yeah, godmother, godfather. We could say fairy godfather, I guess. They put Fresno professor in a safe place. Yep. Though I don't know if there's any place safe even for her. Could be a dude. Could be. Could be Cully. Could also be part of the Me Too movement to get rid of the dude, Cully. So therefore, you know. Because did you see how fast that Schneiderman, I cannot say his name anymore, Schneiderman was replaced by a woman, Cully? That happened like that. Oh, and you'll be glad to know that Kamala Harris was going to speak at graduation in Berkeley, and I'm sure they were going to lay down the red carpet, and everybody was just a Twitter about her coming there to speak. But the UC system went on a strike, I believe, and so she's in solidarity with the workers. So basically, she told the families, have a nice graduation, but I won't be there. And maybe the children who are there at the college or at the university won't know right now how lucky they are that she won't be doing their graduation, but hopefully somewhere down the line, they will figure it out. May take a generation, but maybe they'll figure it out. Okay, so here's the CNN poll about President Trump. The grads lucked out for sure. Oh yeah, my gosh. I don't know who they'll get. Wouldn't it be great if they won't do it, but it'd be great if they got a Republican. She got a lot of complaints on her. They are looking at the situation again, that professor. Yeah, well, they should. That woman is like out of her mind. Okay, the CNN poll about President Trump. His approval rating is holding steady in a new CNN poll. Yes, get Milo to go there and talk. That would be great. Milo, Glenn Shapiro. Hey, Josette, good morning. Hey, Don. A roller of a shocker. That's right, Don. Had to wake up some way. This morning was by an earthquake. They ask you to speak, Wayne. Well, you can go with your fairy godmother and speak there. They will welcome you with open arms if you do that. Trust me. So the CNN poll said overall 41% approve of the president's work and 53% disapprove. Those numbers are about the same as they were at the end of March. Someone from the intellectual dark web. I think they should ask like Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, Milo, somebody like that. That would just be great. That'd be great. On the issues, however, Trump's numbers are climbing. Approval is up 4 points on the economy to 52%. Hey, Richie. The first time it topped 50% since March 2017. He's up 5 points on foreign trade to 43%. And his numbers on immigration have improved 4 points since February, with 40% now approving. On handling foreign affairs, Trump's approval rating tops 40% for the first time since April of 2017. Though the increase since March is not statistically significant, 42% approved currently. So, sharks with freaking laser beams, yeah. That must have just disappointed CNN so badly that they had to tell everybody these figures on President Trump and how people are approving of him on everything he's doing more and more. People are, one of the things, people are seeing more money in their pockets, more jobs, the economy, they're saving more. Do I like Oliver North as a person or just as somebody, Jack, for the NRA president's position? I mean, I don't know. I have, the way I think about Oliver North, I don't like the whole Iran-Contra, and the weapons going to Iran, that I don't like that. I mean, that's the same thing that we did with Fast and Furious, essentially. So I don't like that. And I have been sort of disappointed in Oliver North ever since then. but people seem to like him. People think that he's a good representative for the NRA. I think for the NRA, I don't have a problem with that. What about you, Jack? But the Rasmussen poll have him at 52% and does Juan William. Yeah, he hates that. I'm sure he does just that. Yeah, so I'm a little bit, with Oliver North. I mean, but I guess, people still find him popular. The Iran-Contra deal, yeah. NRA, yeah. Yeah, I think he's okay. People seem to be excited about him being the president for the NRA. He'll do a good job. I don't know who else they could have gotten, to be honest with you. Maybe, a former general would have been great. I can think of one guy. I can't think of his name, but I can see his face. He might have been good, but I don't think that's the route he wanted to take. And, you can't, there's no actors really, like Charlton Heston. How much does that job pay? He's on the board, so I don't know how much that would pay. All good on the right coast, Don said. For now, Don, for now. Yeah, I don't know how much he gets paid. I imagine he would get something and get paid for his appearances and things of that nature. So, But again, I did not realize that he was the age he is. I mean, good Lord. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. It's just like everybody seems like everybody that's in the Trump administration, not everybody, of course, there are a few who aren't, but a lot of people in the Trump administration are past 60, into their 70s, people who are coming NRA, that age, and which is in Giuliani. I think he's like 70 something, Jack. I can't remember if it's 71 or 74. I just vaguely remember seeing the age. Kim Jong had a secret meeting with China. Yeah. Chinese president. So they say. A lot of people knew that he was going there. Wayne LaPierre is as the real leader of the NRA. Yeah, he's taking a back seat now. He's still on the board, but he's not the president. We are all a little older. That's true, Wayne. But maturity and wisdom comes with age. And it's true. This is Nanette. Hey, Nanette, how are you? It's true that happens, and I'm glad to see it, Rhonda. But if you look out, like in the industry, when you're hiring people stop hiring those people like over 35. I mean, if you don't have a career and a job by 35, you kind of get overlooked for a younger person. I'm glad to see that trend kind of going the opposite direction. And it should. Yep, 2 Eastern is the announcement on the Iran deal. That's right. Ageism is real. That's right. It is, Rhonda, and it has been for a very long time. What about Dana Lash? She is good. I hope I spelled her name right. I don't think Dana, I don't know, Dana has probably too busy to do that, just that, because she has a radio show. She's on the NRA TV. She does a lot of stuff. Maybe it's too high profile for her, meaning that she doesn't want to travel all over for the NRA. Not allowed to ask age on the application, but they get around it during the interview. Exactly, Rhonda. There are ways to do that. Children also. Yeah, because they'll ask, like, when did you graduate? Or, it comes up. And it shouldn't. But I think they figure that an older person is harder to control. I'm excited for them, Susan. It's time for them to shine bright. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think they think that older people are more set in their ways and they're not going to follow direction. And probably a lot of their bosses are going to be in their 20s, so they think they're not going to take direction well. But they should put them in positions, knowing that, put them in positions that they can be useful. Set your alarms for 1 o'clock. Thank you. Yet more are getting hired because college kids are idiots, or they're not working, they don't want to work, or they're staying in college longer, whatever. Teens have stopped looking for summer jobs, and it was funny. I read a CBS article. Their knowledge is crucial for the country. Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. They were saying that teens don't even look for jobs for the summer anymore. But this CBS article did not say why, and the reason why is Most of it is the illegals and people H1 visas and all that have those jobs that the teenagers want and can't get. Anyway, thank you guys for coming today. Please watch God's Views on Political News at 1 Eastern. Just go to the Facebook page. Um, I won't lie, I don't like younger bosses. Well, a lot of people don't back. But God's Views on Political News on Facebook page at 1 o'clock. I'll see everybody back on Thursday. Please be here on Thursday. All right? God bless. Talk to you later. Take care. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for coming. I will see you again on Tuesday.